it is very difficult to explain the comments. Okay, so okay, no problem for me. So I'll start. Okay, guys, only single session I will complete the Linux. Okay, first one is I'll try to complete. Okay, um, Linux. Yeah, what is a Linux? Very simple. There is a different type of operating system. Linux is a one of the operating system. Linux is multi-user and multitasking. You can also speak, no problem. Okay, okay. Multitask operating system. Linux is uh, unlike I started with earlier. Usually, have to start with what is type of networks and all. I'm not starting like this. So, what is operating system and all? I have to start, but I'm not starting. I'm going with directly Linux. Okay, Linux is network operating system. It means we use it for mainly for servers, server OS. It is a mainly different type of server OS. Okay, Linux is CLI, GUI, and now you have a TUI based interfaces. Means command line interface, graphical user interface, terminal user interface, or a text user interface, text based user interface are there for a Linux, for a new Linux kind of stuff. Okay, consumes less hardware than Windows OS. Consumes less hardware. So if you take a Windows 10, it take lot of things like a CPU consumption, RAM consumption, RAM requirement, disk requirement is more. But if you take a Linux, it consumes very less. Okay, security like a of course user wise, file wise, network security also it will provide. Okay, I shared some PPT, right? So that's there. It is there. Okay, security, virus free, virus free. So what is a virus free? The meaning is .exe is not execute. So when you say Linux is virus free, no. Maybe there is a virus for a Linux also possibility is there, but most of the viruses are Win32 viruses or a .exe based viruses, right? So Win32 means .exe based viruses. Registry related viruses are there like a Trojans, malwares, spywares. These are all registry related viruses only. Okay, so we don't have any regedit.exe. Okay, so like that, so we don't have any regedit.exe or win32 environments for executing executable files. We don't have that environment in the Linux, so obviously it won't execute. So it is a virus free means virus effect on the Linux is less. I'm not saying it is highly secured one. You have to create your security kind of stuff. So that is you have to check it. I always get a doubt. Yeah, that is correct, right? Okay. Virus free. Next, it is a open source. It's a open source. Okay. So multiple distributions multiple distributions. What are the distributions of Linux? Anybody? You're not telling anything. Guys, distributions of Linux. Very important question. Red Hat, CentOS, Red Hat Enterprise Linux, CentOS, Debain, Ubuntu. Yeah, very good. Kali. Kali is also one of the distribution. Earlier name of Kali is Black Track. Kali, very good. Hmm. Linux Mint. Sir, OpenSUSE. Which one? OpenSUSE, sir. Very good. SUSE, OpenSUSE. Okay. SUSE, OpenSUSE. Linux Mint. Scientific Linux. What sort it is? Okay. So like this, there is a so many type of line Asian Linux. Okay, in Asian Linux, multiple type of distributions. It is a open source. It is we can manage kernel and shell. So Linux is actually a kernel. Linux is a kernel. Okay, actually kernel or kernel, what are the name you put it. Okay, so Linux is a kernel based operating system like that. uh, yeah, file level management, remote access is also there. Flexible with a remote access. SSH, you can access with a SSH. Is one more benefit is there. Case sensitive. Linux is a case sensitive. Okay, it is a lightweight. It is a lightweight also. Okay, so we'll go to few things about a Linux architecture. Another important point. So theory wise, it is another important one is Linux architecture. So when it is come to the Linux architecture, guys, so Linux architecture exactly. So Linux is a kernel, okay, but Linux OS, when you say Linux OS, so contains kernel and shell. Okay, kernel OS means complete Linux. Okay, like this kernel and shell. One more, we have to tell a story, right? History is also there. So Linux developed by who? Linus Torvalds. Linus Torvald. Morning only, I've seen his video in YouTube. Morning, just when I'm opening these things. Okay, so I watched his one of his questionnaire video Q&A. He never he never use Ubuntu and Debain. Okay, so one of the distributions of Linux is Ubuntu and Debian. He usually never use, even though he didn't remember when he used Debian last time. Okay, so that is Linus Torvald. Okay, so just Linus Torvald. Okay, Linux is one of distributions of Unix. Okay, Unix. Unix has limited distributions. Unix having a very limited distributions. Okay. Linus Torvald took a Unix kernel and built a Linux kernel. Actually, some part of No, no, I'm typing completely wrong spelling. Walls, Torvalds, Torvalds. So you have to better to check it once. Now, when you got it doubt, better to check it so confirm which one is correct answer. Yeah, this is correct. Linus Torvalds. So a small part of Unix kernel and build Linux kernel. Okay. Next, Linux is open source. Meaning is anyone can took Linux kernel and develop and distribute also. Okay, so Linux is a open source. Anybody can take a Linux kernel source code. Like we have a Linux kernel, okay, and develop and distribute as their own, okay, without paying anything. Linux is free. Linux is free. Free means free only. No need to pay for a Linux operating system. And it is open source. Guys, free is different, open source is different. For example, I build a new operating system. I said free. You took it and using it freely. You're not paying to me anything. That is freely. But you can't modify it. You can't modify, you cannot able to change its kernel or shell. So what is the meaning of that one? It is the operating system is free but not open source. Like Unix is limited distributions only for certain organizations are using, or certain places only we are using, not for a universal usage purpose. And as well as Unix is not a open source, so you cannot alter the Unix kernels. Okay, but Linus Torvald working on a Unix development, that's why maybe because of that one he know the how Unix kernel is there. So because that idea he developed the Linux and he put his there is two words compulsory you must know, that is one is GPL, general public license, another one is GNU. GNU means GNU not Unix. Okay, so GNU not Unix means Linux is GNU, Linux is GNU. So what is GNU is a not Unix. Also Linux is also called as a Unix like a system. Unix like a system. When you see something like a distributions or anything or applications you have to run, so if they give Unix like a system, means it is a kind of Unix or Unix related distributions, like a Linux distributions comes into that one only. Okay, so this is a Linus Torvald. So it's a Linux is a one of the distributions of Unix. Okay, and it all of the kernel and shell. So this is the basic thing. I am not going to dates and all. So when it is created, where it is created, I'm not going to. So I'm going directly to Linux architecture, kernel and shell. So I'm giving a very simple line here, but actually there is a big explanation is there. But I'm giving kernel. Anything is a piece of code, guys. Everything is a piece of code. Code means it's a program only. Okay, kernel or a shell is a program only, not applications. Program is different, application is different, script is different. Okay, OS is different. Okay, OS is not application. OS is a software operating system, means it operates your system, it operates your computer. Okay, so like that. So kernel interacts with Kernel interacts with your hardware. Okay. Shell interacts with user and run applications. Means applications and commands. So we can say commands. Okay, you put a command on a shell, it will run. If you want to run an application, it will run. You want to run a Python, you want to run a Java, you want to run some script, or you want to run a database, like, so it will run the applications also. So user interaction, running applications, running your user commands. So that is the duty of shell. Interact with your hardware and manage. Interact with your hardware. Hardware means CPU, RAM, hard disk, networking, like that. So there is a lot of things in your hardware. Keyboard, mouse, everything is your hardware only. Guys, again, kernel. To know the kernel version, what is the command? Anybody remember? How to check the kernel version? What is the command? Uname R. Yes, very good. Uname space hyphen R. That is a your kernel version. Also, you have to check latest kernel version. Latest kernel version. And update the kernel as yes if you required for your operating system. Okay, so that is a kernel version. Next, what is the kernel? Interacts with your hardware. It means so it manage. So your kernel do process management. Okay, process management, disk management. We done a disk management also, right? Okay, disk management, process management, memory management, network management. Okay, you want to communicate in the network, like a network management. This is sample management only. Okay, management file, like a disk management, LVMs, partitions, disk connectivity, like that. So it manages boot management, like how to boot the system. Okay, boot related management kind of stuff. These are the mainly four managements we generally talk. Process management, PS command, top, kill. We are also seeing that. So through shell, we also understand. So process management, like run the process, put the process into the sleep, wait mode, exit the process, right? So that is the process management. Disk management, how many number of hard disks are connected? Okay, number of hard disks are connected, how many what is that one, partitions are there, where is a boot partition located, so mounting the things, right? So that is also comes under disk management. Memory management is belongs to RAM and swap management. Okay, RAM and swap management. Network management, IP address for packet sending, packet receiving, right? So Wi-Fi connectivity. Okay, IP address, MAC address management is also comes under network management. Usually no one will ask you that question, but if in case if they ask what is meaning of process management in kernel, like that. Okay, so don't tell until unless interviewer ask explain about a process management. We use a PS command, kill command, top command, also in a command wise. Also we seen how to check the process kind of stuff, right? Okay, like a, command we seen, nice value process kind of stuff. Okay, so nice command also we use, nice we use, re nice we use it. Okay, like a sleep, put a process into the sleep, foreground process, background process, background process management. This also comes under, yeah. um, Exit the process, terminate the process. These are all in a process management. Come to the disk management. Okay, so f disk command we use it, right? So how many part disk are there? Disk partitions are there. Okay, disk are there. Disk partitions are there. How it is mounted? How it is mounted? Okay, so like that also we seen things, and how to maintain a file system and swap file system. Okay, swap file system management. Okay, Linux lvms kind of stuff is seen in a disk management. Memory management is a RAM related management. Check the how much RAM is there, how much RAM is consuming currently. Like that, we can able to see the RAM management. Okay, and swap management. So how to add a extra swap, how to remove the extra swap. I like that. So swap management is there. I think I never see show you that one, swap on a kind of stuff. Swap commands are like a swap on, swap off. Okay, already I told that's where the link I shared, but even that time also a lot of people not completed a practicals. Okay, so if you are not completed, even though I told, but you don't understand. So okay. Okay, next, if config, right? If config, if up, if down. Okay, so network management kernel will take care of all these things. These are the commands directly interact with the your hardware. That's why I am telling this kind of commands. Okay, directly process related commands like this. So even though some will ask a question, no, 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 you are saying this is a kernel, no, elaborate it, tell me the commands or something. So or did you learn any kernel commands? So what are the kernel commands? Are you namespace hyphen r only, but these are all directly interacts with your RAM only. Okay, so how to check the RAM is as mem total. You have to find a file name called a mem total. Okay, mem total. Okay, find a mem total in a mem info, mem info file. In that one, there's a line called a mem total. In for a swap total. So go to mem info, then you can find a mem total. For swap total is there. Okay, so mem info is a file. Like this is the location of the file. Okay, ip config, sorry, if config, if up, if down. So for if config, also there is a ip addr show command is there, nmcli command is there. Okay, these are the to check the ip address. This is enable disable the ip address. And also you can use service management, start and stop kind of stuff we can able to use. Okay, service network restart command, we can use it. um, mm, nmtui is the best command as I know. and that to TUI example also. NMTUI is another example. Uh, all configuration files are /etc network script command is there. Find out your ETH 0 hyphen PFZ files are there. No, not this one. If okay, it's, what I'm trying to say. Yeah, so remaining is like a assigning an IP address, assigning IP address manually DHCP wise by editing file or go to NMTUI. Otherwise, if you are in a GUI, go to network management. Okay, so those three things you can able to check about a network management, and of course firewall. Firewall is also network, right? So managing firewall command also. Okay, firewall management also. So these are all comes under network management. Guys are okay up to now.
Yes, sir. Sir, what is bootloader? Yes, sir. Boot partition, sir.
This one you are asking.
Boot partition, sir. About
Boot partition. Okay, boot partition. Actually, in a Windows, all the files means all OS files in a C drive only. In a C drive only. Okay, the first. Okay, right. First, all the OS files in a C drive. In a different folders. In different folders or different files. Differently, it is there. So, bootable files stores in a bootable files like a boot mgr boot.ini, like these are things stores in a directly in the C drive only in Windows. But in Linux, bootable files mean grub. Current version is grub 2. Current version is grub 2. So bootable files. Okay, the bootloader file. Bootable files means first of all it's a bootloader. In Linux is grub 2. Okay, so these bootloader and remaining any bootable file stores in a folder called slash boot. Under slash boot, bootable files will stores. Okay, bootable files stores in a slash boot file only. Okay, slash boot folder only. In this folder, bootable files are stored. What I'm going to do is I'll create a one partition. I'll create a small partition for a particularly for slash boot purpose. Okay, so instead of putting everything into one single location, what I'm doing is for a few things I'm separating into different folders, for example different partitions. Advantage of that one, what is the advantage of creating different partition? When we are installing operating system, we create a different partitions for a slash boot, slash home, slash root, slash var, swap, like that. So different partitions we created. So what is the advantage creating like this? Yes, for example, my system boot failure, my system got some boot failure. So where is the problem will occur? Only in that particular partition only. So I no need to search entire system for troubleshoot that issue. So only thing is that particular partition having a problem, connect it and problem solve it. Or my data is safe in a different partition. So even though if I am trying to reinstall the operating system, my data, my configurations, my settings won't disturb. Okay, even though I reload my operating system or reloading these bootable files again, no problem for my data because of my data is in another slash home, under another slash root, it is there. So that's why we created a separate partition for a bootable files. That is a slash boot is a directory we mounted to a partition. So if you like, I will show you in a diagrammatic way also, no problem for me. So I'll create a partition while I'm installing operating system and assign Butler partition in a Linux to a Butler thing. Like this is for a slash boot. Okay, for example, this name of that drive is slash dev slash SDA, which is SDA1. The full name is slash dev slash SDA1. Okay, slash dev slash SDA1. So this is the slash boot, and also we given other things, right? So like a slash, for slash we given some other partition, slash home we given another partition, slash var swap, like that we are giving. Okay, what is the command we use to create a partition, guys? Fdisk. Okay, so this is about your kernel shell. What is a shell? User interaction, running an applications and guys, compulsory go to Linux architecture. The diagram is there like this. Okay, so go through once. Anything is your wish, whatever it is. Okay, they given a lot of things. Okay, so whatever it is, go through basic things: hardware, kernel, shell. You're running an applications and utilities. Utility means your commands only. ls command or a grep command, whatever is the command you are using, that is all shell only. So it is interact with your user and run applications, and it runs applications also. But only I'm telling types of kernels. Different type of kernels are there. One is, sorry, the shells are there. Born shell, born shell, born again shell. So this is the bash shell. This is a bash. This is called a bash shell. Okay, so this bash shell is what we are using. So the location of bash shell is like always. This is the bash shell location in Linux. Slash bin slash bash. Okay, Bonnie again shell. Born shell is also one of the shell. Next C shell, P shell, K shell, like this. Different type of shells depends upon the programmer and distributor. They use different type of shells in it. But universally, Linux means generally we are using bash shells. So what is the advantage of using generally a bash shell? The common commands are same, like a basic things like a ls command, ip configurations commands, or maybe mkdir, copy, move, like this basic commands is always a common in a both unix and linux one also. Okay, we are using Bonnie again shell in a Linux does not mean we are not using in Unix. We are using in Unix also. Guys, there are separate developers are there. AT&T, Bell Laboratories, okay, different organizations are developing different kind of stuff we are using. So this is about your basic things in Linux. So first of all, what about a Linux kind of stuff? Linux distributions, Linus Torvalds story, architecture. Hmm. Tell me, no problem. Okay, so guys, compulsory slash means your root directory. Slash is a root directory, file system hierarchy. Slash boot, bootable files. Another one, slash root, root users, home directory. Slash root, okay, root users, home directory. Another one is, you are not telling anything. Keep telling. Don't feel shy. Configuration, file stores, slash etc. All configuration files. Bin, yes bin. Users, commands. What are the command you are using? That is stores in. This is admins cmd. It means you want to run, you want to change the password, you want to add a user, you want to create a partition like a fdisk commands stores in here. You want to do ls command or a mkdir or a grep command, okay, sort command or cut command, it stores in a bin. Okay, it is all users command. This is specifically admin command. Yes sir, it's like program files, like a program files means installation directory. Okay. So a program file stores application data, your application related data. Uh, home is like a users, home directory, users, home directory. Okay, like a slash home slash mm, like this is a win users home directory. Where dynamic data. Where is the dynamic data? Dynamic data means log files. Okay, um, web related files like a www, html files, ftp, hub files. Okay, so many other files also there. Okay, so where dynamic data change. Okay, temp, temporary, temporary data for 30 days. If no refreshment for 30 days, will delete automatically. Slash boot slash root slash etc slash bin yes bin usr home var slash temp. What I'm missing? Guys, check it once. Something I'm missing. Slash proc is there. Slash mnt temporary mount.
Dev, devs, slash
Ah, very good, very good. Dev. That is we import very important one. So hardware files. For example, slash dev slash sda means hard disk file. Example: SR0, CD-ROM, CPU, RAM. A lot of files are there in under slash dev. Hardware, entire hardware related things. Guys, Linux means everything is a file. Linux means itself everything is a file. Very good. Slash dev. Proc means CPU info, mem info. This kind of stuff will be there. So process, this is also hardware related one only. Important files. This is a temporary mounting. Temporary mounting, like you mount something, it mounted to this one. Slash media, slash run, slash media, slash run. Like you connect a pen drive, you inserted a CD-ROM. So they are connected with the run and media kind of stuff only. Okay. If anything I'm missing, please add it, guys. Okay. So file system hierarchy. Anything related to the theory part? This is in a new version. Run levels are not important, but still there is a 5 and 6 run levels are very important. So obviously better to know it. Guys, run levels are stored in slash etc inet tab location. Okay, run levels are in a inet tab location. So if you go to this one and you will understand what are the different run levels. So in a run levels, 1 2 3 4 5 6, one more is there, that is called as 0. Okay, 0 meaning is halt. Usually halt means stop, but it is here, it is meaning of halt is like a shutdown. Shutdown, power off. Okay, we are giving direct command like a power off, right? So 0 is that one. So this is a, usually we use it for a command purpose. Okay, we use a command purpose like inet 0 is a command. Inet 0 to shut down your PC. To shut down your PC. So one is single user mode. Single user mode. So with or without networking, we are not mentioned, but single user mode usually for troubleshooting purpose, because Linux is a multi-user mode. Okay, but single user mode usually we use it for a troubleshooting related purpose. Two is a multi-user mode. It is a multi-user mode without NFS. Okay, so you cannot do network related mounting kind of stuff. We can't do it. Like a sharing kind of stuff won't work. It meaning is simply no networking. It is a full machine. Okay, so third one is full machine but without graphics, with NFS and without graphical user interface. So guys, some textbooks it shows X Windows or X system, all are same. Okay, so GI means X Windows, X thing like that. So again, fourth one is user defined, meaning is nothing, no use. Okay, it is a user defined. Some textbook user defined, so some textbooks it shows not NA. NA means not applicable, no use. Okay, five is again multi-user mode with GUI. It means it's a full kind of stuff for it. Okay. So I'm cutting this one. You know, oh, where is this? Something will be here. Yeah, Xming. What is this Xming? Whenever I you know in my minimal Linux means this model minimal Linux. I want to install any GUI based applications like a Oracle applications. So what I will do, I use that one for a supporting using putty. You'll get a some GUI kind of interface also. Okay. Of course you don't understand, no problem. This is for a reboot. Okay, this is for a reboot or a restart. Again, some people, sir, reboot is different, restart is different, like that. So don't worry, it is also a command only. So what is this command? What is the kind of stuff like this? I will tell guys. In a inet pub, in a inet, there is a something like here it is. I will show you that how the thing is there. Inet tab file. Okay, so look at this, how the inet tab file is look like. So here it is, id r state action process. Okay. um, Define run labels. No, I need a file. I need a exactly a cat space kind of output. Okay, like it is. Very good. Yeah, this is a neat one. That is also good. But this is, yeah, exactly it is look like this one only. Okay, because we don't have a 6 or 5, right? So that's the problem. Guys, look at this file. This is a inet tab file only. Look at this file. Okay, these are the things. So unused x11 is also GUI. X11 X Windows. Okay, does not mean it is a Windows operating system. GUI meaning is GUI. Multi-user mode with NFS and GUI. Multi-user mode NFS without GUI is 3. Okay, so what is this? Look at here. id colon 5 colon inet default means, so when I start this machine, this is the boot controlling, guys, boot controlling bootable file. Okay, boot controlling it is. Okay, so what will happen here? So when I put a 5 means in GUI mode, so system runs in GUI mode. So we have a Linux GUI mode. So we have a Linux GUI mode. Now I don't want GUI. Next time when I start my PC, when I start my Linux machine, next time when I start my Linux machine should start without GUI. Without GUI. So what I have to do? I have to edit this file. I have to go to this file, edit this file. Like you can see, I have to edit this file. Here is shown. I have to edit this file via editor or a nano editor, whatever it is. Go to edit this file, change 5 to 3, change 5 to 3. So what happened? You won't get a GUI, you will get a only CLI, but full mod, no, with networking everything it works. Okay, so like that. So 3, so 3 represent like that. Okay, so VI editor, he given, so he changed it to 3. So yeah, very good. There's someone given explanation how to change it. Okay, but don't change it, guys. We are using a 7 version. In a 7 version, the inet tab is there, but inet tab don't show you anything like this. Okay, it will show in a different way. Okay, inet tab output in a 7, it is little different, like this. Okay, so in a inet tab output in a 7 is look like this one. So it is also having a same run level kind of stuff. This is the run level kind of stuff. Okay, 5 means graphical dot target. 4 means multi-user dot target. Multi-user dot target. 2, 3, 4 multi-user target. 1 is rescue. 1 is rescue. So 0 means power off. So difference is there in a 7. So it's a 6. This is 7. Okay. So system CTL set default target dot target. So in the cap letter target, so you should use thing like you want to know your graphical or a minimal means what we can say that name multi-user. This is CLI. This is GUI. Okay. If you are a GUI or a CLI, you want to know. So that is the command. System CTL get default. Okay, graphical dot target. Okay, yeah, tell me. Okay, so if you installed a CLI mod initially, now you want to convert into a GUI mod, you can't get it. So this is applicable in a enterprise Linux 5, 6 and older one also, not in a 7. In a 7 it is different. 7 is different. Okay, so the fifth one is graphical dot target, like that. So I will put some comments here, so which is we seen from here. Comments are not written. So you will get what kind of thing is you will get it. Unnecessarily you asked, I am telling all the story. These are the different languages. Okay, so but some people will ask how to shut down your PC kind of stuff. This is also there. Linux, we shut down the PC, and generally power off is also works. But you need a root privileges to do it. Okay. So this is the general run levels, guys. If in case suddenly if they are asked, but remember 0 means halt, 6 means restart, 5 means GUI mode, 3 means CLI mode. That's it. Okay. So this is for troubleshooting. This is power off mode. This is graphical, like that. Remaining are CLIs. Anything theory wise? Any questions theory wise? Any questions theory wise? Okay, up to now. No one is saying anything.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So guys, what you do? Take 10 minutes break. We'll see what to do after break. Okay. Take it. 10 minutes break. If someone put a question also, message. Okay, okay, okay now. Okay.
This conference is no longer being recorded.